Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Aries Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God's duties and motherfucking responsibilities. Goddamn. And right now we here to continue the motherfucking series. Is your Zodiac sign about that life? Now, is your Zodiac sign about that motherfucking life? Now, before we even get into anything, I want to state these claims right here. I'm talking about from your sun perspective, not your moon, not your rising, which is your moon is your reactions, the way you react, your emotional stabilities, and I'm not talking about your personality or your personal issues, which is your rising sign. I'm talking about your sun sign, which is your actions and the way you act, which is what mainly people see from you when you're out in the world. Now, first impression. Now, when people first pick up on you, they're going to pick up that first house, which is first impression, which is Aries rules that house. So, Aries is going to be the first sign I'm talking about. But, before I get into that, I want to break it down and let you know that you can be, like, look, loyalty. If I say your sign, say you are a loyal person, right? And in this video, I say that your sign isn't a loyal person, right? Now, this could be pertaining on to your moon or your rising, which is your personality, or your moon, which is the way you react to things. You react to loyal type things. So that's what you think you should react to, and how your reaction and emotionary state should be pointed towards being loyal. But see, when I'm talking about the sun sign, I'm not talking about these signs. So other placements in your charts could make you otherwise what I say. So take this in consideration due to the video. I'm talking about your sun sign. Now, this which you might not understand. So I'm going to give you a little secret. Your moon and your rising or whatever other planet may make you loyal, or even vice versa. If I say your sign is loyal and you're not a loyal person, you might have somebody, you may think you are, but you might be sitting right next to somebody, you might be like, oh, I can't say nothing because I did some unloyal shit. So yeah, deep down you ain't loyal. So that person can verify it. So if vice versa, it doesn't matter. If I say you one thing and you're not in this video, here's what you need to understand. I'm going to give you a secret. Whatever other planet may make you be that, but your actions, see, I'm speaking solely for your sun sign. So when I say if it's not loyal and you think you're a loyal person, I'm speaking from your sun sign. So the other factors may make you loyal, but your sun sign, what is your sun sign? Your vitality, your vitality, which you see, your outlook and things you see, and how you see things should be done in your actions and the way you act. So if I say you're not loyal and you feel like you're a loyal person because your moon or your rising may be creating situations for you to prove that you're loyal. But people are going to see certain actions and the certain ways that you act as unloyal. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. I'm always into truth. So even if I say, oh, you're not loyal, but you think you are loyal, I'm telling you right now, I'm talking about your only sun sign. So regardless of your other signs that may make you loyal, you're going to show traits to other people as far as your actions and the way you act. You're going to show traits that may make a person think twice. Like, you may be like, all right, for an example, you may be loyal to going and get your girlfriend, or if you're a girl, you may be loyal to go get your man, to fix your man breakfast every morning, right? So you usually tell him most of the time that, okay, I'm going to cook breakfast at this time, right? Now, I'm talking based upon your actions, your sun sign. If I say you're not a loyal person, your moon and your rising is probably going to make you make that breakfast, right? But you may show actions of you didn't tell him that morning that you was going to make breakfast before, because he may work late and come in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You may not have told him that morning, and he may be thinking like, dang, she usually tell me, but she didn't tell me. So you thinking in your head like, okay, this is my actions, I just want to surprise him. You thinking like you about to surprise him. So your moon and your rising like, okay, yeah, got you, loyal, yeah. But your actions and the way you act to him, he ain't home yet. He don't know what you doing. You're not even answering the phone. But you thinking you trying to cook up a feast and stuff. You like, all right, I'm about to throw down, whatever like that. So yeah, so that's a prime example. To him, the way you acting in your actions, you're not answering the phone, and you didn't let him know that morning that you was going to cook him breakfast. Sorry for my analogies, y'all, but I just be having to bring it to reality for y'all to understand what I'm trying to say. that morning you didn't tell him that you was gonna cook breakfast at that time like you usually do. So to him, that's like a little bit like to him, he looking at your actions. That's the way you acting right now. You're not answering the phone this morning. Before you get there, he thinking like, man, I gotta rush home. And you probably even thinking like, yeah, I ain't gonna answer the phone or nothing, because he probably think I was doing something last night. He probably think I ain't gonna answer the door this morning, and he know I ain't telling him this morning I'm gonna cook breakfast, but I'm gonna throw down. I want him to come surprised. You probably saying something like that, playing on his shit. So from a smallest manifestation of it, you being unloyal due to your actions. It's like small shit. You know what I'm saying? It's small shit. But I'm just trying to get you to understand that if I say your sign ain't loyal, and I'm only speaking for your sun sign, which is your actions and the way you act, and then you are a loyal person in real life, I'm giving you an example right now because you have other planetary placements that I'm not speaking of right now that may make you loyal. But as far as the example of just your actions and the way you act, you may do stuff like that at times, and that would show another person your actions of making them feel like, oh, that's kind of unloyal a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Which is not to the depth of that say unloyal, but that's just how it play out. It's just literally that's what it is. It is what it is. So let's get into this shit now, because y'all know I could go on some shit. Now let's talk about Aries. Now Aries is the first zodiac sign. So is your zodiac sign about that life? Aries. Let's break it down. Now when we talk about the basic archetype of each sign, we have to break down each relationship it have with the universe or this solar system in this Milky Way, which is our solar system. We have to break down each relationship the zodiac have in order to come up with the characteristics of it. For an example, when you go to an astrologer and you tell them your sign, and they tell you a whole bunch of shit, don't ever think that you're just going like, dang, just because I told her my sign or told her my sign, how do you know all this? This is what they're doing. This is what astrologers are doing. For an example, when you tell me your sign, this is how I'm able to know your characteristics, because I take all the constructs of the relationship that your sign have with the universe or the solar system, and then that's what builds the character. So that's how we're going to break down if your zodiac sign is about that life, which is loyalty. So Aries, this is how an astrologer would do it. Now, is you about that life? Loyalty. Now Aries, the basic construct of Aries is fire. What's fire? The seer and the fillers, right? And then it's cardinal. What's cardinal? The initiation, the creatiness of newness. It issues in. You know what I'm saying? Right? So that's Aries. So that's a basic. So that separates already Aries from the other fire signs. Boom. The cardinal, the cardinality. You know what I'm saying? Now, this also separates it. Now is ruler of the first house. What's the first house? First house is the personality, personal issues, personal things you may manifest in your life. Personal characteristics, right? That's the first house, right? So that's how you appear to be. That may be your personality or whatever like that, or just that and third. So take that and place that into the Aries. So Aries are expressive people. People, they're about the self. They're about expressing their personality, their characteristics, the things that how they see things, and they like to create new ways of seeing things and new visions, right? Now, let's talk about the planets. It's ruled by Mars, right? So Mars is home here. Mars loves to be here. What is Mars? Mars is your intentions, your willpower, your desires, your passions, right? Mars carry out the duties and obligations of the sun. You know what I'm saying? This is why the sun is exalted in Aries. Now, when I say exaltation, when I say home, Mars is relaxed here, to do what it wants to do when it wants to do it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's bored or not. So, Aries has passion. Aries has intentions. They like to intend to do things. They are intended to do things. They have willpower. They have a lot of desires, right? Now, let's talk about the sun being exalted here. The sun is like, when I say exaltation, that's where you always want to be if you're not at home. Places you get dressed up for to go and be and really act out your aspirations. Like I like to say, kids at Disneyland or something like that. That's when a planet is in exaltation. So the sun is an exaltation in Aries. So when I say these things, it doesn't matter where the planet's at. You have to say these things to understand what the basic archetype of the sign we're talking about is. That's how astrologers come to the conclusion of how that sign is, due to the relationships of it has with the universe, which is what I'm explaining right now. Now, the sun is exalted in Aries. So The sun is your vitality, your energy, your actions, and the way you act. So Aries like to act out. Aries like to do action, like to take action. You know what I'm saying? Take action on what they see, which is the sun. The sun lightens up, it illuminates, it helps you see, enlighten, understand things. That's what that means. So Aries like understanding things. They like learning things. They like adventures. They like exploring. You see, things that they can see that you may be in the dark about, they want to be enlightened about it. They want to know about it. They want to understand about it. Right? Now, Pluto is exalted here also. What's Pluto? Deep transformation, deep willpower, deep desires. So, Aries feel deeply. Aries want to attack their goals. They want to be known for something deeply. They want to be the hero deeply. They want to be in control deeply. So they want to be in control of their own outlook and their own visions of how they see things. So when we break down Aries in a relationship, Venus is away here. What is Venus? Love, appreciation, what you value, how you relate to others. Venus is away here. When I say a planet is away, I like to say it's at work. It's at a place it don't want to be, but it has to do what it has to do and use the tools that it has in order to get the job done. So sometimes when a sign is away, it has to work extra hard at whatever that planet is doing, and when a sign is home, it can do it however it want to do it. Now Venus is away here. So a lot of times that's like Venus is at work. So in Aries, you have to work towards relating to people. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand how to relate to people in a relatable way. You know what I'm saying? You may not understand that at times. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn how to appreciate things. Learn not how to be too reckless, be too careless with your materials or things that you have or possessions or people in your life. You have to learn how to appreciate. That's Venus also. Venus is the appreciation planet. Now, since it's away, you have to work on appreciating people. You know what I'm saying? In Aries, when Venus, by Venus being away in Aries. So Aries as a basic archetype. Aries individuals, period, has to learn how to value things, learn how to appreciate things, learns how to love others or love other things other than themselves first. Then they can learn how to love themselves. So as a whole basic archetype for Aries, is Aries zodiac sign about that life? Loyalty? No. And don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Because look, I just broke it down. So you have to put all those together, and when you come to the conclusion, that it doesn't. And don't get mad at me because I'm an Aries. Here's why. We set loyalty on different priorities. We don't know how the basic people concepts of loyalty supposed to lie, because we always think a loyalty has something to do with us first, and if we have to give more than what we receive, we're not willing to compromise. So we place loyalty on other things. So what the common people of the world know of loyalty, aka Libra, they know how to construct the right way of being in relatable situations. Whether the Aries, you may think a lot of things that they do is corny or not, it doesn't matter, because that's when you have to sit back and understand that's why they're in the situation they're in and you're in the situation you're in, where you may be isolated a lot of times. But see, there's where Aries place loyalty in a different place that they don't care about, because a lot of times they don't care about being alone. They don't care about being isolated. So that makes them not think about the realm of reality that they're not being relatable to others. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the difference. But Aries can be loyal, but it has to be a cause behind it. And it has to mean something. And you have to develop some type of intentions and passion behind it. But for the most part, is Aries about that life loyalty? No. Taurus. Now, Taurus. Taurus is ruled. Is Taurus about that life? Let's break it down. Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Earth. What is Earth? Earth is growth. Earth is sturdiness, foundation. You know what I'm saying? Flowers, trees, meadows, stuff you can smell, touch. You know what I'm saying? The five senses as a whole. That's Earth. That's earth. Then Venus. Venus, love, appreciation, how you relate to others, how you value things. You know what I'm saying? And how you feel also. Because Venus is the daughter. See, the moon is the mother. Venus and the daughter have that mother-daughter relationship. You know what I'm saying? So Venus right here, Venus may like Barbie dolls, the mother may like relationships. So for an example, my analogies be out here. I'm sorry, y'all, but I be having to break it down into some type of yang type of thing for y'all to get what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like Venus, like Barbie dolls, the mother, which is the moon, which is y'all mother, the moon, likes relationships and grown-up things and grown-up going to the movies and grown-up things to do and stuff like that. So Venus is the female that's not in the menstrual cycle yet. You know what I'm saying? That's not in the, you know what I'm saying, the time of the month section yet. And that's when the mother, the moon, is teaching these valuable things to Venus, which is the emotions. The moon is the emotions, Venus is the feelings. There's a thin line between emotions and feelings. So Venus, like I said, it rules Taurus. Now Taurus is earth, fixed earth. So we know earth is practical and the thinker. You know what I'm saying? We know earth, and then Taurus earth is fixed, practical and thinker. We know fixed is being fixated on its own thoughts and ways of seeing it. So, well, ways of thinking it and practicalizing it in this case, which is earth. You know what I'm saying? Fixed fire be their own personal way of seeing it. Fixed air be their own way of communicating it, own way of thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, fire and water. Fire is the filler and the seer. Water is the filler and the emotions. Air is the thinker and the communication. Earth is the thinker and the practicality. So you see how we got the left brain and the right brain going on. We got the thinkers and the feelers. They think in two different ways. They feel in two different ways. And when you interject them all together, it creates sextiles and all kind of other shits between each other. Now Taurus, like it's fixed earth. So it's fixated on its own way of thinking and practicalizing things. So it may come stubborn to his own possessions or things that it own at times. So Tauruses may look at people as possessions at times. You know what I'm saying? The moon is exalted here. So the moon is reactions, the way you react, your emotions. So this is another mother-daughter type of thing. The same way you got the sun and Mars going on in Aries with the father and the son type of thing. The son that's in high school. You know what I'm saying? Not Mercury. The son that's in high school, which is Mars. Mercury is the baby son. We're going to get to that. Now, you know what I'm saying? Venus is playing with Barbie dolls and stuff like that. So how you get Barbie dolls? You have to buy it. You know what I'm saying? The moon appreciates time with a person. That's the mother. A mother appreciates time with a person more than money. And what is the moon? The moon controls the time with Saturn. What's the grandfather? You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the emotions, the feelings in the relationship. That's the moon. You know what I'm saying? Venus is more of appreciate the things it own, things it can grab. Oh, I got Barbie dolls. Oh, I got nice stuff to eat. My mother got me nice things in the refrigerator to eat. I got nice clothes. I'm being cared for. I'm being nurtured. I'm being relatable. I got friends at school. You know what I'm saying? When I go to school, in gym class, we have fun. We appreciate things. We like in art class. I love going to art class when I go to school, mommy. This is Venus. Venus is the planet of art. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. See, my analogy always going to tie down the truth, but it's just my analogies be corny sometimes. Sorry about that, but you know, but you know what I'm saying? When you take that young beautifulness, you know what I'm saying, and place that into the Taurus archetype. You know what I'm saying? Mars is away here, so Mars is at work. So a lot of Tauruses has to work on having a passion for something other than what they can gain from it at times. They have to have, sometimes Tauruses have to work on their intentions at times, the things they intend to do. They may get a little lazy at times. Sometimes, because, you know, Mars is that they lack that passion and that willpower to, you know what I'm saying, sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When they work on it, they got it stronger than some who already have it. Because the people who already have it in their charts may procrastinate on it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's no gift and curse in any placement. Everything need help. It's just whatever you came into in this lifetime, that's things you need to work on and things you already had just for your life. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what I'm saying, as far as Mars, you know what I'm saying, Taurus has, since Mars is away here, I like to say when a planet is away, is at work, Taurus has to work on their desires at times. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they may lack desire to do certain things. They may be very talented but lack the desire to actually want to do it every day or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's like Taurus. So in a nutshell, is Taurus is about that life, loyalty. Yes. Break down all that construct I just said. It brings you to the conclusion that they appreciate things. So, like I said, with Venus right here, like in Barbie dolls or something like that, the Venus person, male or female, may look at people as possessions. They may look at, so you may feel, when you're around a Taurus, you may feel like they value you. You may feel like they appreciate you. But in their head, they look at something they can use you for, or something that they just have. They may look at you the same way that they look at their PlayStation 4. You know what I'm saying? You're a person that's in their life right now, something that they should value and appreciate. And it's not a bad or good thing, bad or good way to look at that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is what it is. That's how they need to touch it, feel it, taste it. You know what I'm saying? They have to see it for what it is. They don't like you coming and talking about a bunch of other fears of reality. They like to see things for what it is, where we at now. You know what I'm saying? And if the relationship ain't where it's at now, then it's going to become unstable. And it's going to make the Taurus uncomfortable once it get like that. You know what I'm saying? So the Taurus is going to do reckless things. But other than that, the Taurus got the ability to value and appreciate a person. It may be selfish, it may be stubborn at certain times because they may be attached to a person due to what that person can do or have. But for the most part, if a Taurus appreciates you, sometimes they may not can't tell you, because that's the Venus side of the air side of Venus is Libra. They can tell you more than they can show you. The earth side of Venus is Taurus. They can show you better than they can tell you. So they may not can tell you all the time that they love you, but they may show you by giving you something that they know they appreciate or that they value. And they know that by giving it to you, that should make you feel like, oh, this person must really like me or really appreciate me or value me. So yeah, Taurus is about that life. Now, Geminis. Is Geminis about that life? Let's see. 1 second. Ooh. Nigga was thirsty. Now, is Geminis about that life? Loyalty. Let's see. Gemini rule the 3rd house. Familiar places and faces. So the familiar. Information. Information has become familiar once you start to receive it. So once you receive unknown information, you build on it to the point that it becomes familiar. This is why this is part of the information sign. Now, air. Mutable air, right? Mutable. Adaptable. Able to change. Able to relate. You know what I'm saying? Air. Communication. Thinking. You know what I'm saying? Now, the ruler. Mercury. Mercury. How you think. How you communicate. You know what I'm saying? How you communicate. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is why this is the first air sign. Now, let's talk about the fall. Jupiter falls here. So Jupiter is actually no, Jupiter is away here. Jupiter